Who joins you at the end isn't always who started with you. That's what I've come to learn. Funny how the people we believe will stay forever sometimes vanish when we need them the most. And the ones we didn't expect to matter? They become the reason we survive. This is a story about heartbreak, about holding on when everything in you screams to let go. A story about silence in a crowded room, about learning to stand when the person you leaned on disappears. This is my story. Her name was Elena. She had the kind of laugh that made you believe life could be beautiful again. We met during our second year of college, both of us wandering souls, a little lost, a little bruised, but hopeful. She had big dreams, photography, traveling the world, writing books she'd never show anyone but me. And me? I was just trying to get through each day. Quiet, reserved. The kind of guy who always sat near the back of the lecture hall and took notes no one ever borrowed. But she saw me. Noticed me. One rainy afternoon, she sat next to me in the library. "You always sit here," she said, holding a warm cup of coffee. "But you never look up." I looked up. And I fell. We were inseparable after that. Late-night talks on my apartment balcony. Cheap wine and expensive dreams. She'd read her journal out loud, I'd play old acoustic songs on my beat-up guitar. And somewhere in the middle of it all, we became more than just friends. She was the wild one, always chasing sunsets. I was the grounded one, always telling her not to run too fast. We balanced each other like light and shadow. For 3 years, it was magic. The kind of love that rewrites your entire past, makes you believe every heartbreak before had a purpose, just to bring you here. But life has a way of changing chapters without warning. It started small. Her messages got shorter. Her eyes lingered on her phone more than on me. She canceled our plans, once, then twice, then it became a pattern. I asked if she was okay. She said she was tired. Just tired. I believed her. Until the night she packed her things into a single suitcase and stood at the door of our shared apartment. Her eyes were red, but her voice was steady. "I need to leave. I don't think I love you anymore." She left. Just like that. No long goodbye. No explanation. Just silence. I stood in that doorway for hours after. Still. Numb. Waiting for her to come back. But she didn't. I stayed. I stayed in that apartment filled with the scent of her shampoo. I stayed in our favorite coffee shop, alone this time, staring at the chair she used to dance in when her favorite song came on. I stayed in the life we built, even though half of it was gone. The nights were the worst. The kind of loneliness that doesn't just sit next to you, it crawls into your chest, lays down, and dares you to breathe. I questioned everything. Was I not enough? Was she pretending the whole time? Was our love one-sided, and I was too blind to see? Grief is a strange thing. It doesn't just mourn the person, it mourns the future you imagined with them. I thought about giving up. More than once. I stopped going to class. I stopped eating. My friends knocked, called, texted, eventually they stopped, too. Even the walls of that apartment started to look like tombstones of a life that died before I was ready to bury it. And then, one morning, I opened the balcony door. The air was cold. Crisp. Honest. I hadn't felt anything in weeks. But that breeze, it stirred something. A small ember. I remembered her words, once whispered under starlight. Even if we lose each other, don't lose yourself. So I began. Small steps. Brushing my hair. Eating a full breakfast. Writing down thoughts instead of letting them rot in my mind. I returned to music. Played guitar again. Sang without crying between lines. I forgave her. Not because she asked me to. Not because she deserved it, but because I couldn't carry that weight anymore. Months passed. Seasons changed. People slowly came back into my life. One by one. A friend who had stopped calling asked me out for coffee. My sister dropped off soup and didn't leave until I smiled. And then, one night, I played a set at an open mic. My voice was shaky, but honest. In the crowd, someone clapped the loudest. Her name was Aria. We became friends. Slowly. Carefully. She never tried to replace Elena. Never tried to fix me. She just sat with me. In the silence. In the grief. In the awkward, slow healing. She stayed. It's been 2 years. I still remember Elena. I don't hate her. I don't love her either. Not anymore. Sometimes, the people we love teach us how to survive without them. Sometimes, the most painful goodbye opens the door to the most unexpected beginning. I stayed. Even when I wanted to disappear. And because I stayed, I found me again. Who joins you at the end, isn't always who started with you. But sometimes, who joins you, is exactly who you were always meant to walk with.